I slowly turned my wedding ring on my finger. I had worn this ring 30 years ago on a cold evening in New York. Today it felt heavy, not because of gold, but because of doubt. The house was completely quiet, so quiet that I could hear my own breathing. The wall clock kept ticking. Each second felt like it was asking me a question. Do you still trust him? My husband Robert had just come home from work. At least that's what he said. He dropped his jacket on the sofa, placed his phone on the table. He did not look at me. I'm very tired, Emily, he said. The meeting was long. His voice sounded normal, warm, but something was missing. Truth. I tried to smile. In 30 years of marriage, I learned something important. Sometimes silence is safer than questions. Robert went to the bathroom. I stayed in the kitchen, but my feet slowly moved toward the living room. His phone was on the table. The screen lit up. I did not touch it. I only looked. One message, 1 second, and my whole life changed. I missed you so much today. Dad. Dad. My hands began to shake. Robert and I lived alone. Our son had moved to California for college, so who was calling him Dad? I stepped back. I placed the phone exactly where it was. My heart was beating so loud I thought Robert would hear it. That night, I could not sleep. Robert was snoring beside me. I stared at the ceiling in the dark. When morning came, I made a decision. I needed the truth. As soon as Robert left the house, I went to the garage. I sat in his car. I opened the glove box. Inside, I found a hotel receipt. A luxury hotel in Boston. Yesterday's date. 1 room. My throat felt tight. We had not stayed in a hotel together for months. Under the seat, I found a silk scarf. New, expensive, not mine. That moment, I knew. But the real pain was still waiting. I called my old friend Jennifer. She lived in Chicago. Her husband was a private investigator. 3 days later, the proof started coming. Photos, videos, Robert and my daughter-in-law, Sarah, my daughter-in-law, the woman I welcomed into my family, the woman I called my daughter. They were sitting in a cafe, holding hands, laughing. In one video, they stood on a hotel balcony. Robert touched Sarah's hair gently, the same hands that once touched mine. Something broke inside me. But I did not cry. Instead, I felt calm. Very calm. I made a plan. I invited my son Michael for a family dinner. Sarah came too. Robert was there. The table looked perfect. Warm food, soft lights, candles. In the middle of dinner, I smiled and said, "There is something I want to show you." I turned on the TV. The photos appeared. The cafe, the hotel, the balcony. Sarah's face turned white. Robert stood up in shock. Michael looked at the screen. He could not speak. The room was silent, except for the sound of truth. I spoke softly. I did not want revenge. I only wanted the truth. That night, I placed my wedding ring on the table, and for the first time, it did not feel heavy.